you introduce your entire side. Hey, Danny. Good stuff with Stephen A.
Oh, thank you.
He's a good man.
Yeah, he really
Thank you
is.
very much for doing that. It was
I love
very,
him.
very good.
Thank you.
He's fine. She's not funny.
Yeah. Crazy.
Danny, Joel Fisher.
Hey, good to see you again. Yeah, good to see you, sir. Yesterday. More press, more conferences at the team meetings. It's almost showtime. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fucking go. I have one, but yeah, I won't get it. I melted it in the drive.
It's always something. The mouth.
How are you? Good to see you.
He was doing pretty good.
Michael Buffalo was going to go Bruce and Danny, right? Is that okay for you?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, he's got it down a little bit.
I'd rather not do it.
So underneath, this is you. You can breathe on that one. I walked across from him. This morning. Here. Let's wait. How are you?
Hi,
You guys good? Nice to see you. You guys good? See you. Are you surviving the cold weather in New York?
I just flew in this morning, so.
Or we're supposed to get a lot of snow.
On the 10th, Friday.
Okay, oh, so you can.
Oh.
You got a seat up here. So you got a seat up here.
Yeah, yeah.
I live in the desert.
You're in Arizona or are you
Las Vegas.
in Vegas? Yeah.
sit downstairs. To you guys, that's warm here, you know?
And there's usually not the snow and the wind.
The wind was what's
Oh, the wind is great.
The wind's what gets you.
Hello.
Where are we?
Yeah, so
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Where's Kevin Rooney? Kevin. Kev. Can you? Can you know right through there where that security is? Can you bring three of those credentials in? Yeah, they just call them right there. Yeah. No, there's people from Brooklyn Boxing trying to get in.
Hello
I told
again.
him he's got
Hi.
credentials. I know they won't let them in. So, okay.
I know, right?
So
I was
like,
thinking
I
that
wasn't
too.
gonna answer it, then I was like, oh, she's talking right now.
Because for free.
Say cheese. Not too bad.
They went out together. Kevin Rooney went together.
Hey, Ed, how you doing?
Now I have this same stuff.
Oh, look at Andy Lee. Yeah. So she does. Why need some coffee?
They had it up there.
Yo, these lights will forever be like, yeah.
The golden road lights.
I know. Yeah. I remember Jacob took me to my first fight. I was like, I was 15. And we came, and I was too young to fight. He was like, don't worry, next year or years, he said, you're going to fight again. And that's when we seen that tall kid box up. Stop boxing, that high school club.
This whistle also singing this song.
And we also seen
Weird.
That's really weird.
No, not Leon. The other Leon's better. He's good. Oh, okay. Trainer. I know. You know, everything that ended after they was really so big. It's like so no, Twinkies really big.
That's true. Yeah, seriously, I can't. Besides, like, right here. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was teasing.
I don't know. I want you to I heard.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the most famous venue in the world for sports and entertainment, the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, New York City, New York, USA. Now, yesterday, the NCAA announced the brackets for the famous tournament. It's called March Madness. And the result of March Madness, you find out who the two best teams are going to be in college basketball, and they play each other. Well, we've got middleweight madness here at Madison Square Garden. The two best middleweights in the world are going to face each other, and we'll find out who will be the best. So here to tell us more about it is the Managing Director for K2 Promotions, Mr. Tom Loeffler.
Thank you, Michael. Boy, we're finally here. It's finally fight week. It seems like yesterday since we were here in January to announce this tremendous fight. It's the two best middleweights in the world fighting at Madison Square Garden. It doesn't get much better than that. It's a truly classic fight. One that the fans have reacted to, one that the media are reacting to. We kicked off fight week with both Gennady and Danny and Michael Buffer at the New York Stock Exchange this morning, ringing the opening bell. And the exchange president said that was one of the best openings that he's ever seen. So there's really a lot of buzz on this fight and a lot of anticipation. We have a tremendous program. Today we're focusing on the two main event fighters, the two best middleweights in the world. It's been a long road. We've had a tremendous response from the 24/7. We'd like to thank both camps for their participation in promoting the fight and marketing the fight. I'd like to thank Al Heyman and Keith Connolly for their participation as far as the negotiations actually making the fight happen. Oleg Herman on his side with the management of Gennady, always willing to take any challenge out there. So with that, I'd like to start out by introducing our host for this Saturday night. I have to say that Madison Square Garden has been 100% supportive, not only of this event, but of Gennady's career and really putting on historic fights like this. So to say a few words on behalf of Madison Square Garden, Joel Fisher.
Thanks, Tom, and welcome everybody here today. Before I talk about this fight, which obviously is going to be a great fight, I do want to mention that on Friday night we have the pro debut of Michael Conlon here right in the theater. But this fight is just going to be on Saturday night a tremendous fight. 5 years ago, Gennady and Tom, I've said this before, but they came into my office. This was 2012. Said to me they wanted to make Madison Square Garden their home, and that's what they've done. He first fought in the theater here in the ring in 2013. 4 years later, 5 previous times selling out the Garden, he's fought here. The fight on Saturday night is probably Gennady's biggest challenge yet with Danny Jacobs. This is Gennady's second home, and we have a great relationship with him and Tom. But Danny's also no stranger to the Garden. He's fought here. He won the Golden Gloves here. He's fought here on a number of undercards. And like Gennady, he is also undefeated here at the Garden. They are both just tremendous ambassadors to the sport of boxing. They're great guys. At the Garden, we have big events. We do big events. We just had the Big East here. We have the NCAAs coming up in a couple of weeks. And I really want to thank Tom for bringing the fight here and working this out, both sides working this deal out. I want to thank Peter Nelson and HBO for their coverage of the fight. We really look forward to a tremendous, tremendous fight week and a tremendous fight on Saturday night. Tom mentioned the NCAAs, and I was just reading something that I thought was fitting to read to end. It's a quote, and it's a quote from John Wooden. It says, talent is God-given. Be humble. Fame is man-given. Be grateful. Conceit is self-given. Be careful. Well, with these guys, we certainly don't have to worry about that last thing. They're both humble. They're both great guys. They have God-given talent, and we will see a great fight on Saturday night. We look forward to seeing everybody's here. Thanks.
I don't remember the last time Madison Square Garden had back-to-back fights like St. Patrick's Day weekend. As Joel mentioned, Mick Conlon is making his pro debut here Friday night at the theater in this building right here, and Triple G, Gennady Jacobs headlining the arena. So it's really a tremendous fight week for the Garden, but also for the boxing fans. St. Patrick's Day in New York is a great weekend for celebration, and I think the fans are going to be treated to a great show on Saturday night. I just want to recognize a couple other fighters I've seen here in the audience. Sergey Boachuk, who's over here. He's going to be He's going to be starting out the evening with a 4-round fight, and then also a good friend Andy Lee, who's here, who's fan favorite not only with the Irish fans but with the New York fans and really internationally. A lot of people are very happy that Andy's on the show. He's undefeated here at Madison Square Garden, and we're happy to highlight his fight here as well. A fight night like this, there's so much that goes involved, that goes into putting a fight like this together. Not only on the financial side, from the ticket sales, from the television revenue, but also on the sponsorships. So I'd like to announce a couple of new sponsors that we're working with for this promotion. I'd like to first announce Chivas. We just signed a long-term deal with Chivas, and Gennady will be a brand ambassador for Chivas. So I think they have a video that'll play here that we can highlight the Chivas sponsorship.
When a world-class work ethic and relentless dedication follow one inner voice, ideas become actuality. Drive fuels a dream, and dreams become real. On the rise to the top, crowds will follow. Fans will rally. Communities will be inspired. Not because you want it, because you won the right way.
That's a new campaign that Chivas is doing to highlight Gennady and his career, and their campaign slogan is winning the right way. And I think both gentlemen here definitely know how to win the right way. Both are great ambassadors for the sport of boxing. You couldn't have not only two competitors in the ring with such a high knockout ratio, both have over 90% knockout ratio, but gentlemen and ambassadors for the sport outside the ring. I know Danny's very involved with his charitable causes. Gennady also had a charity campaign for this fight, and we're just proud to be associated not only with this fight but with both individuals sitting here. I'd like to also bring up one more sponsor that's brand new to the table. They've just announced Gennady as their brand ambassador. He's the only brand ambassador from the sport of boxing, is the Hublot watch company. We have actually a little surprise for Gennady. They're going to present him with a limited edition watch that they created for him. Those are the Triple G edition that'll be coming out this fight week. So we really appreciate the support of Chivas and Hublot, and also the title sponsor Tecate. Tecate has really become synonymous with boxing, and with their marketing support, their activation for this fight nationally, really to support the interest and the profile has been tremendous. So we'd like to really give a warm welcome to our sponsors, also Expo 2017, Tesna Bank, and Capital Holdings, all contributed to this event. With that, I'd like to now bring up someone that's really fought hard for Gennady since he came over here to the United States. An integral part, obviously, of this promotion. HBO is distributing this fight on pay-per-view. I think without Peter Nelson's support for Gennady actually making his U.S. debut on HBO, Gennady wouldn't be sitting here today, wouldn't be at the level where he's at. Gennady Jacobs has also fought on HBO in the past. Danny had a little bit of a head start, having a tremendous amateur career here in the United States, having a high-profile pro debut, really having a big push. When I was approaching HBO, I really had to fight when I said, you know, it's undefeated middleweight champion from Kazakhstan, and I kind of got a blank stare. But Peter really was instrumental in getting Gennady in 2012 on the U.S. and HBO debut. And so we'd like to bring up Peter Nelson of HBO.
Thank you, Tom, and I want to thank all the media for being here. Gennady's going to need two guys now, one to bring in the belts and the other to bring in the watches. So we couldn't be more thrilled to have this fight. First and foremost, I want to thank Tom and everyone at K2. I want to thank Joel Fisher, the team at the Garden. You know, there are a lot of different places you can watch a great fight, but the Garden is the place to do it. And we couldn't be more thrilled to be back here. I want to thank Team Golovkin, Gennady, obviously, Max and Oleg Herman. On the Jacobs side, I want to thank Keith Connolly and Andre Rozier is up visiting you guys in camp the other day. Thank you very much for having us. And above all, I want to thank the fighters. So fights like these only come together because fighters want to be great, and both these men want to be great. The fight poses an interesting question, as Tom and Joel and others have mentioned, about the quality of character of these two men. Is that, can a fight be as compelling and good as the men as human beings outside the ring? And what we believe from everything we've seen with both these guys is we're going to have fireworks. So I want to first and foremost say that if you haven't seen 24/7, please go and watch it. You can see really where these two men come from, some of their struggles coming up. Danny, you know, he's 10-0 since his fight just previous to that, which was one against cancer, which he defeated, which is why I think everyone feels when a man's been told you may not ever walk again, that he's in there now 10 fights later, going in against one of the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. He's not scared of anything. And on Gennady Golovkin's side, in that 24/7, you see the backstory of our man Max Golovkin over here, a story between the two of them. It's good to see you, Max. Killer. Also in Gennady's posse there. I don't know his real name. I just know he goes by Killer. And I think that if you watch the 24/7, you'll see that there's great stories behind these two guys. On our YouTube channel, you'll see new content every single day. So you can go to our YouTube, HBO Sports, HBO Boxing pages. You can see it there. You just Google YouTube, HBO Sports, or Yahoo, or Alta Vista, whatever you're into. And we look forward on Saturday night that we're going to have not just one great fight, but as we're going to see later on this week with the undercard press conference, we have Chocolatito Gonzalez fighting, we have Quadras fighting. So Tom Loeffler at K2 has put together a spectacular event. You know, there's an old saying by a guy named Josh Billings that however scarce the truth is, that its supply is always in excess of its demand. But what we know about these two fighters is that on Saturday night, a sold-out crowd is going to demand the truth, and these two guys are going to supply it. Look forward to seeing you all there. I want to thank our pay-per-view distributors and partners. 9 p.m. Saturday night, HBO pay-per-view, Golovkin-Jacobs. We'll see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Boy, that 24/7 really was a compelling story. But I have to say, with Danny Jacobs' side, you know, with their cooperation with the promotion, he had a feature on 60 Minute Sports, which was broadcast on Showtime. So it really, even though this is clearly distributed by HBO and at Madison Square Garden, it's really been a cooperation to promoting this fight, and we really appreciate that. And it's just Danny has such a compelling story, as does Gennady. You know, his struggle coming from Kazakhstan, coming over here to the United States, breaking, you know, kind of the boundaries of you know, what it would take to become at the level where he's at right now. One of the stars on the 24/7 was our friend Chris Algieri, who really kind of shined in that episode. So it really had something for everyone. And as Peter said, if you haven't seen it yet, it's a tremendous piece. Peter also mentioned on the undercard, you know, when you have arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, you know, defending his 4th weight division title that he won, Chocolatito Gonzalez, fighting his mandatory Sisraket Sor Rungvisai. Throughout the promotion now I know how to pronounce his name from Thailand, but he's a WBC mandatory challenger. He's a very big puncher, and that should, as the co-feature, that's going to provide a lot of excitement, a lot of entertainment. When you have these two gentlemen vying for clearly the 2 best middleweights in the world, but the winner will be crowned as the best middleweight in the world. That's what the fans respond to. And then you throw in, as I mentioned before, Andy Lee. You have Ryan Martin fighting Pee Wee Cruz, who's also local here from New York. You have Carlos Cuadras fighting his crosstown rival against David Carmona. It's just a tremendous lineup. So with that, I'd like to bring up representing Team Jacobs, and he can introduce all the members on his side and speak on behalf of Team Jacobs' side is Keith Connolly, Danny's manager.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everybody else, for coming out this afternoon. Simple. I mean, there's 5 days left till all the talk, all the opinions are meaningless. It's just going to be Danny and Gennady in the ring. They're going to settle who's the best middleweight in the world. I really think this is going to be a tremendous fight. I think it's going to be one of the biggest events of the year, and I know Danny's ready. Danny's laser focused. We brought him out to San Francisco for this training camp, and he's never trained harder than he's trained. He's never been more into the moment, so to speak, as he is right now. So I expect him to come out Saturday night and shine, show you guys a lot of things that nobody's expecting. I think he has just as much power as Gennady. I think it's going to be a case of who fights smarter and who lands the first big combination that's going to really control the fight and dictate the outcome of the night. And I think this is Danny's coming out party. So I expect everybody to be there. I think it'll be a sold-out arena. And Danny's ready. I hope Gennady's ready. I hope he's taking Danny seriously, because come Saturday night, we don't want any excuses when Danny wins. That Gennady overlooked him because of Canelo, that, you know, he's 35 and he's getting old. Danny wants to beat the best Triple G, and I think that's going to happen Saturday night. I want to first introduce somebody that is newly hired to the team. I think it was a great hire. We haven't regretted it for a second. He fed Danny the whole camp, gave him advice. He did a little bit of everything, and I think he could be an integral part of Danny's victory Saturday night. So I want to bring up Chris Algieri.
Morning, guys. Thank you all for being here. Not going to take too much of your time. I just want to say that overall, the training camp we had a mindset of positivity and excitement. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of hard work. And Saturday night is when it all comes together. As Keith said, this was my first time in the Jacobs camp, and I'd like to say that I was really surprised. I was surprised, one, with Danny's power. It's to see it firsthand in the gym is impressive, but also with how hard he worked coming into this fight. So come Saturday night, I won't be surprised when he comes out victorious. That surprise in the beginning of camp was the last one that I'm going to have with this guy. He truly is the miracle man. I'm really looking forward to an excellent, excellent fight. Thank you.
Before I bring up Andre to the stage, you know, there's a lot of people in Team Jacobs that played a big part in getting here. I want to give some recognition to Anthony Irons, who's actually Andre's assistant. He did a great job in camp, always being by Danny's side and getting Danny in shape as well. So, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to Anthony Irons. As far as Andre Rozier goes, he's been there since the beginning. He's been there since Danny was 15 years old. I've become really close with Andre over the last couple of years. Not only is he a great trainer, but he's a great person. And he's definitely the guy that you want right behind Danny, right over Danny's shoulder going into the biggest moment of his life. So with that, Andre Rozier.
Good afternoon, everyone. Woo, it's cold outside. We had a fantastic camp in California. Initially, when we went out, I was a little hesitant, but I can honestly say this was the best camp that we've ever had. Am I not right, son? Listen, this young man and I, we argue like oil and water all the time. We didn't argue once. No, we did once about some vegetarian cookies. We argued about that. But it was a fantastic time. Just to show you that it was a fantastic time, we were arguing about cookies. He worked hard. The team did a wonderful job. Chris, I'm an uncle to everybody. So this is my alabaster nephew now. I love him to death. My nephew, Anthony Irons, he was fantastic in camp. The entire team worked really hard, and I want to really say thank you to my son because he made it easy this time. He worked so hard to get ready for this that it was a joy. I mean, I was in the car waiting for them to come so we could get to the gym. We had a wonderful time, and it's going to show on Saturday. I'm never anxious about a fight, but I'm excited about this one. We have some stiff competition in Triple G. My buddy Abel. We didn't even go at it like we usually do this time. I saw once, I gave him some hugs, and I gave him love. But it's all about what's happening on Saturday. And Saturday is going to be the two best middleweights on this planet coming together to show you who is number one. Well, needless to say, my son is number one. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for coming out, and we'll see you on Saturday.
You see Andre's personality not only here at the podium, but it really came out also in 24/7. He's never at a lack of words, and you know, he's extremely successful at what he does. On the other side, we have Dr. Abel Sanchez, who also had a interesting role on the 24/7. His background is in construction, kind of showed how he's planning the foundation of a new building, and that's really what he does with all the fighters that he works with, is build the foundation, which then he can sharpen their skills to build on. And you see where Gennady's at right now with 23 knockouts in a row. That's clearly a blueprint of Abel's training philosophy, his mentality, and the atmosphere that he provides up there in Big Bear at the Summit Gym. With that, I'd like to introduce the mad scientist, Abel Sanchez.
Well, I'm a doctor, I'm a scientist. Thank you for coming out. Finally, 5 days away. We're looking forward to challenging that preparation that Danny did over in Oakland. Andre and I didn't go at each other this time, but I think it's because we both feel that this is the two best middleweights and we need to be serious about this. We had a great camp. I'd like to thank our sparring partners. I'd like to thank Max for all the help and all the guys in the gym. But most of all, I'd like to thank Gennady for giving us the opportunity to develop and to nurture and to make him the kind of fighter he is, that he will show on Saturday night that he is the best middleweight in the world and probably one of the best middleweights ever. I hope everybody comes out and witnesses the star in the making, a superstar in the making. Thank you.
Just want to remind everyone that there are still some tickets available at the box office. The last time Gennady fought here against David Lemieux, the MSG was completely sold out. The tickets are actually selling at a higher pace, so we encourage everyone, all the fans, to get their tickets early, because I think by fight night, by Friday night, the tickets will be sold out. So I just wanted to put a reminder of that. Before we bring up both of the principals, everyone that the two fighters that everyone's looking to see, to give them a proper introduction, I'd like to bring back Michael Buffer.
Thank you, Tom. My favorite part is when I get to introduce the stars of the show. So let's bring up the gentleman who holds the WBA middleweight championship. He's got the regular belt for the WBA. From Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, 33 fights, 32 victories, 29 wins by knockout, only one defeat many years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium the WBA middleweight champion of the world, Daniel Miracle Man Jacobs.
That was awesome. Thanks, man. Jeez, that's great. It's good to see everyone. I'm glad to be back in New York City. I remember coming home Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and driving around listening to Notorious B.I.G. and listening to all that Brooklyn love and feeling the spirit. I'm back, you know? I'm back in my city. I'm back home, where it all started. I remember my late, great trainer, Victor Roundtree. I was 15 years old, and we were walking down these steps right here watching the Golden Gloves. I was too young to participate in the Golden Gloves back then, but he said, don't worry, son. He said, you're going to fight in the Golden Gloves, and you're going to win, and you're going to do very good, and you're going to have an amazing amateur career. So to have an opportunity like this to fight at the Mecca of boxing again for the biggest opportunity that I could possibly have against one of the toughest opponents in the sport of boxing, I'm pretty sure he didn't see this, and I'm grateful that I have this opportunity. I just want to thank a lot of people at this moment, because it's a lot into just fighter. You know, there's teams, there's family, there's friends who play a critical role in the mentality of a fighter. So first off, my family, my lovely lady, Natalie, my son, Nathaniel, my mom, everyone who's just been in my corner and supporting me verbally or messaging me, making sure that I'm okay while I was away in training camp. I haven't gone away for training camp in some time. I also want to thank my team, Andre Rozier, Chris Algieri. This guy can cook his behind off, God. Let me tell you, this guy is the real deal. It was a pure joy to have him in camp, and, you know, just to have great conversations with him, have good nutrition, and he understands what it is to be at this level too. So it was a great time. Anthony Irons, my buddy, who's one of the best padmans that I've had in my career. And I also want to thank Virgil Hunter for allowing us to train at his facility and just to give us, you know, a place to, you know, have a good camp. Also, who else do I have to thank? HBO for allowing this to be. I want to thank my friends and family over at Brooklyn Boxing. Showtime as well for this 60-minute piece that they did that was stellar. And it's everyone who support me. This is a great opportunity for me. This is the biggest. I would have never thought, you know, 5 years ago, going through a whole bunch of craziness outside the ring, that I would be fighting for the middleweight supremacy. I wouldn't want to have it no other way. This is it. Backyard Boxing, Madison Square Garden, from when I first walked into this building until now, Saturday, 5 days from now, I have a chance to become champion, the undisputed middleweight champion. You guys don't even understand the mentality that I have. I'm so focused. I'm so ready. I want it. I have the utmost respect for Gennady and his team. Peter, you guys have shown me so much love and respect and honor, and I really cherish that. Being an ambassador, true ambassadors for the sport, you know, it's an honor to be inside a ring with a gentleman as such. Man, I have you guys time, so I want to talk. I don't want to miss anything, because I think about things, but then I forget once I get up here. But camp has gone very, very, very well. I'm excited about this opportunity. I hope everyone, if they can't make this fight, I'm hoping that they can tune into pay-per-view. This will be an action-packed fight for however long it lasts, from 1 or 12 rounds. I'm excited to have this opportunity. It's a tremendous undercard. And people, you know, question whether or not it'll be a pro-Jacobs or pro-Golovkin crowd. I don't even think that stuff matters, as long as there's boxing fans there to keep it alive. You know, I'm pretty sure we're definitely going to do our job to provide that energy for the crowd. So, yeah, I just really, really, really thank everybody for being a part of this. This is a special moment. I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anybody. Al Heyman, definitely got to thank Al. Al has, you know, I was the very first fighter that Al signed directly out of the amateurs and stuck with for my entire career. You know, when I was going through my ordeals, when I was outside of the, going through my cancer situation, Al made sure he stuck by my side. He gave me emotional, financial, all types of support. And when I came back and told him I was ready to come back and fight again, he gave me tremendous amount of opportunities. So to that man, I take my hat off, and I'm very grateful for providing this opportunity once again. And like we set out when we first started, to be undisputed middleweight champion and to be the best we can possibly be. Thank you guys so much. I hope I didn't take too much of your time, but this is the reason why you guys here, right? Yeah. All right. So appreciate you guys with the utmost respect. Thank you.
And now part 2 of the stars of the show for Saturday night. He's recognized as the fighting pride of Kazakhstan, an Olympic medalist. His professional record, 36 fights, 36 victories, 33 wins by knockout, 23 consecutive knockouts. He holds the WBA super title to go along with his IBF, IBO, WBC, middleweight championship belts. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Gennady Golovkin, a.k.a. Triple J.
Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very excited. You're right. You know, everybody right. Everybody ready. Just couple days for amazing, for dramatic show. I hope Daniel he's ready. I hope Daniel had his best training camp. You know, thanks for your team. You know, for your people who stay with you. You know, who support you. Daniel, respect your team. And of course, thanks my team, thanks my people who stay with me. Just thank you, my coach, Abel Sanchez, He opened my eyes for boxing, for new life. Of course, thanks HBO pay-per-view. This is biggest chance for us, I think, for me and for Daniel, just show boxing class, world boxing class for people, like big present to people, to fans. It's very important. Of course, like Daniel said, he's come back to home. Of course, I feel the same. Thanks to Madison, I come back my second home. Madison, like I had a lot of fights in Madison. I feel like my home. Of course, thanks for my partners, for my sponsor. It's beautiful present. I'm very excited. Thank you very much, Hublot. It's amazing. It's Hublot Triple G line today. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, guys, just a couple days for dramatic show. Please welcome. Please watch TV. Welcome to Saturday night to Madison. I promise we bring amazing show. It's great main event this time. Please watch TV. Thank you very much.
So with that, we'll have both of these champions come up, and we'll remove the podium, Bernie, and then have the face-off and take all the photos for the cameras and the videos.